Men, what's something that you saw another man doing that you initially thought was stupid, but now you do it and it's great? Buying a fold-up rolling cart for my car trunk and using it to carry in groceries. Look like a grandma, but feel like a genius. When I first moved to NYC, I saw everyone using these. I scoffed. How can everyone be so happy looking like grandma? I was the most wrong. I ended up getting it, and it was invaluable. I was very sad to let it go when I left the city. Boxer briefs. They give the right amount of support without being too tight, restrictive, or too loose. That's why I wear them. So, why did you think they were stupid? To be honest, because they visually looked more like traditional briefs, so I didn't see the point in switching until I tried them. They do make a big difference. As a lady, I find boxer briefs way more sexy than briefs. Maybe I'm alone in this, but I don't think so. Running topless. Used to think it was super douchey and showboaty, but holy crap, it feels so nice to have the breeze on your chest to keep you cool. Also cuts down on laundry and keeps my farmer's tan at bay. Does mean you have to wear more sunscreen if you're doing long runs though. On the other hand, you don't have to worry about chafed nipples. Sunscreen and moisturizer. Also, try lip balm if you don't already. This is one of those things I started doing as part of wake-up bedtime routine now that I'm mid-30s. I started noticing that some men look way older or younger than their true age. Facial skin quality can deceive. A lot of that can be controlled by caring for your face with a few things like this. The Skincare by Hiram guy on YouTube made skincare incredibly accessible and fun for a man like me, not socialized to care about this stuff. Found sunscreen that doesn't feel like I'm at the pool beach too. I didn't see another man doing it, but read about how great installing a bidet on your toilet was. Figured for $40 on Amazon, why not give it a try? Absolute game changer, and hate pooping anywhere other than my bidet toilet at home. Feel like a Neanderthal wiping crap from my ass now. Same, I thought it was a ridiculous concept and didn't understand why spraying a stream of water at my a-hole would be better than using toilet paper. I will not shit anywhere but home now. I can't even believe I would wipe shit from my ass with paper and deemed it clean. Complete game changer. My wife is the same way. They have certain spray angles, so if she has her period it will clean, etc., etc. Exactly. Like if we pooped on our arm, we'd be okay with just wiping it down with dry paper and no water? For me it was wearing Crocs. I roasted so many people in my mind. Then I got some for just around the house garden. 'Cause they're washable. Now I wear them everywhere except work. Though, I did make a quick trip to work during COVID lockdowns and realized after I got there that I was wearing Crocs. LOL. Living frugally so I can work less and enjoy life more. Full-time work is a stupid way to spend your life. This should be way higher up. Too many people just don't get it. No one ever wishes they worked more. I'm older and semi-retired quite early compared to my peers. I realize that consumer culture and the desire to be some shining beacon of capitalism is pretty much hardwired into people at this point in human history. But damn, who gives a fuck how much money you've made if you have to slave away at work until you're not fit enough to enjoy life anymore? Hopefully this generation will not buy into the bullshit and try to enjoy life without feeling like they have to work 6 days a week to get to a certain point where they can retire into some fantasy land that doesn't exist. Wearing a robe. Sunday mornings haven't been the same. If I'm wearing an undershirt, I tuck it into my underwear, and my outer shirt into my pants. I was given this magical piece of advice by an elderly coworker years ago, and still do it. Works especially well with dress shirts. Made fun of a friend for doing this until I tried it. Works wonders. He made the mistake of tucking both shirts into his underwear though. Everyone noticed. I didn't see anyone doing it, but I'd heard from friends that getting massages, not the special kind, was awesome. I went to a spa with my ex and we each got one, and it was awesome. You've never felt that pampered in your life. Plus, it feels awesome to get your body pummeled like that. Now I try to get one every few months. My brother was telling me about this. Been meaning to get around to getting one. Getting up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym first thing in the morning. Running for prolonged distances. Fed into the whole shit about how bad it is for you and used that to distance myself from cardio. I'm now a fan of running and run 3x a week along with hill sprints. I don't do gym, but I get up and do yoga daily, almost daily, even if I have to get up at 4 to squeeze it in before work. What time do you guys go to sleep? 8 p.m.? I go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4:30. I start to feel drowsy around 7:30. Once you do it for a while, your body adjusts pretty easy to it. When I first moved to a big city, I saw someone back into a parking space. I didn't get it. Then I lived here for a while and learned that that is an important tactical thing to do where people actually walk, skateboard, scooter, wheelchair, etc. really commonly. Not to mention, if you ever need to leave quickly. I actually had an employer that made us back in as a company safety policy. If we ever had to evacuate a site, it'd be pandemonium with 300 cars all backing out at the same time. We called it ass to the blast in the oil field. Trucks should be able to drive away from a bad situation as fast and safely as possible. Getting up at 5 a.m., even on the weekends. As a parent of 3 young children, it gives me the chance to get some stuff done around the house and enjoy some peace and quiet. Also makes getting up on Monday easier. I have been doing this for a few months now, and I now have time to work out and play video games again. This is my goal. I just need to stop staying up so late reading shit on Reddit. Flexing in front of the mirror. Now that I actually have some muscle, it actually feels great. Opening the ketchup packet and dipping the fries in it. No idea now why I ever poured the stuff on the fries. Pooping naked. It wasn't something I learned from a person, rather a place. I used to work in an office where the vent for the men's bathroom was broken, so it got hot in the summers. It was always an uncomfortable experience to poop there. The cubicles were short and my legs were stuck at odd angles, with my pants and underpants locked around the ankles, so I would sometimes get a cramp behind my knee or around my hip from holding the awkward position. My office shirt would get sweaty. Even if I didn't move much, everything would get wrinkled. One day I had to poop before a presentation and was worried I would look like I just woke up from a nap. So, I took off all my clothes, hung them up, and sat down to poop naked. It was really a game changer. You can move your legs however you want, you don't get cramps during long poops, your clothes don't get wrinkled, plus if the air conditioner is working, it feels really nice and breezy all over. It's a more relaxed experience, especially at home, where I don't have to worry about how much time I waste on the toilet. Dude, this is some next level shit. Cleaning person. I used to think, what kind of douche can't clean their own house? Then I moved in with my now wife and she has one come every 2 weeks. My God. I don't know how I lived without it. No spots on the bathroom mirror. The toilet is always clean, my oven and stovetop are always spotless. Obviously, we have to keep up with straightening, laundry, dishes, etc. But I haven't vacuumed in 2 years. It's amazing and less expensive than you'd think. First got married, my wife had a cleaning person and I was kinda put off. Like I was raised to take care of my own home and it was only for the rich. My wife said what the cleaning person can do in 2 hours it would take us all day. Our time is valuable and the cleaning person is a professional. We stopped using this service for the years our children were in school and impressionable and didn't want them to not know how to keep up after themselves. Now that they're out of the house we resumed services and I couldn't be happier. Best $35 an hour I spend. Lived in a 3-story house in college. Guys on the top floor would throw their full garbage bags off the top of the highest balcony to the dumpster conveniently located straight below. Thought they were lazy at first, but man, it was satisfying to finally try it. Same feeling as dropping a big rock off a cliff and hearing the sound it makes when it hits the water bottom. There's one thing I learned that many people don't seem to understand. Lazy people find ways to do things better, faster, more efficiently. Now, it's highly dependent on the individual. Some lazy people are the bad type of lazy. But if you find the right kind of lazy person, they will figure out the best way to do a task way faster and with minimal effort. My boss once told me, "You're not lazy. You just abhor inefficiency." Peeling 2 dozen potatoes in a bucket of water with a toilet brush attached to a cement mixer. I saw someone wipe off the rubber part of a squeegee with a paper towel once at a gas station. Raised a brow, tried it myself, and behold, no streaks on the windshield. All you gotta do is pull it at a slight angle so the water gets pushed down the windshield, and give it one shake with each pull. I don't get streaks either. Boring hobbies. Not everyone is into MMA and football. Some folks read or garden or fish or hike, and to be honest, I do all of the above. They're all a form of meditation, but not the clearing your mind way, rather filling your mind to the brim with a task you gotta occupy. So when hiking, you're constantly looking at maps and counting steps, and when you're fishing, well, in order to catch a fish, you gotta think like a fish. And so you don't think about the woman, or the car, or the job for 4 hours, and suddenly you look up and realize it's cold, and the sun is setting, and you're like, what the hell? After putting gas in the car, I lift the hose up to get every available drop. When I unplug my phone, I lift the cord to make sure I get every bit of juice. Sitting to pee. When you are alone and your bathroom reeks of pee, and it's so difficult to clean because it turns out there's pee everywhere, you find out why some men sit to pee. I do it too. I just hate cleaning. I stand in public restrooms, but not my own. What did you criticize that you now do and love? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.